very good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our second webinar on introducing Reliance Foundation undergraduate scholarships and application walkthrough. We are delighted to have with us some of the best and the brightest students who have joined us today from across the country virtually. And we also have with us a set of distinguished speakers who will help us take through the application and selection process in detail. But before we start, let's set the scene by watching a very short video on introducing Reliance Foundation Undergraduate Scholarships Program.
They say a life is to be lived to its fullest. So we all do it in our own ways. Some live it in numbers, while some color its every page. Some like to play with the sparks, while some just dance on its stage. Some make reactions in the lab, and some make reactions in our hearts. And of course, these dreams don't come true that easy. There will be challenges. Despite this, each of these dreams is worth pursuing. The Reliance Foundation Undergraduate Scholarships aim to give wings to all these budding minds of tomorrow.
The scholarship will provide up to Rs 2 lakh for up to 5,000 students across the country. Anyone pursuing an undergraduate degree in any stream of their choice with an annual family income of up to 15 lakhs can apply. To apply, simply log in to scholarships.reliancefoundation.org and follow the simple process. First, fill the registration form on our website. Then complete your application form by filling in all the details. This will lead you to an online aptitude test. And finally, up to 5,000 scholars will be selected on a merit-cum-means basis. 5,000 students, 5,000 dreams, 5,000 opportunities.
Isn't that so exciting already? So without further ado, let's have the speakers who have joined us today on the screen from Reliance Foundation and Reliance Industries Limited. I very warmly welcome Ms. Neha Srinivasan. She is the Vice President, Strategy and Finance at Reliance Foundation, where she co-leads the strategy team, developing new programs, strategic initiatives, and financial planning. She is an all-round finance leader with 18 plus years of post-qualification work experience. A very warm welcome to you, Neha.
Hi, Ayushi. I'm very excited to be here today.
Thank you. Next in line with us, we have Mr. Arjun Sanyal. He serves as the head early childhood care and education at the Reliance Foundation. He has also worked extensively in the field of education, and he's really passionate about designing and facilitating participatory learning experience. It's a pleasure to have you with us, Arjun, today.
Hi, Ayushi. Excited to be here.
Thank you. Next, we have with us Mr. Kyron Roderick. He's the lead Reliance Foundation Scholarships Program. Thank you so much, Kyron, for joining us today.
Thank you, Ayushi. Warm welcome to everyone who's joined us here today.
Thank you. Just like all the students who have joined us today, we have with us one student who is now also a Reliance Foundation scholar, Aman Hassan. He is currently pursuing BTech and MTech dual degree in computer science and engineering from IIT Delhi. And he will help us understand the application and selection process in detail from his own very personal experience. Thank you so much, Aman, for being with us today.
Hello, everybody. My name is Aman.
Hi, Aman. Thank you. So thank you. And once again, a very warm welcome to everyone. Reliance Foundation has always believed in the power of education to create a new India, and it aims to provide India's youth with the best opportunities to learn and grow in the future. In 22-23, Reliance Foundation undergraduate scholarships will aim to support up to 5,000 meritorious students based on a merit-cum-means criteria for undergraduate college education, empowering them to continue their studies without any financial burden. This scholarship is also aimed to enable students to become successful professionals and realize their dreams, unlocking their potential to lift themselves and their communities up and contributing towards India's future and its socio-economic development. We have been receiving a lot of questions on our emails, chatbot, and the helpline number. And we'll try to tackle those questions in the session so that by the end of this session, you have all the information you need to apply. So if you have any questions during the session, please type them in the comments box and we will answer them at the end. Now I invite Kyron to tell us a bit more about Reliance Foundation scholarships and how it is going to play a pivotal role in shaping India's future.
So I'll tell you all about the Reliance Foundation scholarships. Well, Reliance has been providing scholarships to meritorious students for over 25 years, inspired by Reliance founder chairman Shri Dhirubhai Ambani's belief that the best way to ensure the nation's progress is to invest in its youth. Over the years, Reliance Foundation scholarship programs have impacted the lives of 13,000 youth across India. The scholarship program is part of Reliance Foundation's ongoing focus to develop and improve access to world-class education right from early childhood to higher studies. The Reliance Foundation schools provide quality education to 14,000 students every year. The Dhirubhai Ambani scholarships have provided over 12,776 scholarships since 1996 on a merit-cum-means basis for students to pursue higher education. The Geo Institute is poised to be a world-class, multidisciplinary higher education and research institution. Education is at the core of Reliance Foundation's work, with the belief that developing and empowering youth leaders of tomorrow with skills, knowledge, and opportunities will build a stronger India. For the academic year 22-23, Reliance Foundation will be awarding up to 5,000 merit-cum-means undergraduate scholarships and 100 merit-based postgraduate scholarships, both for the entire duration of study. Both Reliance Foundation scholarships will aim to nurture and empower meritorious students and will work together to generate robust, vibrant, and engaged alumni networks, enabling scholars to pursue higher education, emerge as young professionals, and drive India's growth.
Thank you, Kyron. I'm sure all the students who have joined us today, they already look forward to know more about the program in detail. So before we do a deep dive into the application and selection process, let's watch a quick video on general tips to apply to the Reliance Foundation Undergraduate Scholarships Program.
Let's talk about the application process. First, fill out the registration form on our website. Once you register, you will receive the OTP details to apply through the application portal on your email. You can then fill out the application form made up of personal and contact information, academic information, achievements and awards, and supporting documents. Now, here are some tips on how to prepare and submit your supporting documents. Review FAQs and guidance to applicants and make a checklist of all required documents. Start collecting and uploading documents right away. Don't wait for the last day. Review each document after you upload it to ensure that it has been uploaded successfully. And finally, our top 4 tips on submitting your applications on time. Set aside some time each day to work on your application. Set a deadline for yourselves before the final deadline. Make a checklist of all application components and plan accordingly. Remember to attempt and complete the aptitude test on the allotted date and time slot. Your application will be considered incomplete without the test. You can always text us hi on WhatsApp with any question or email us. Good luck with your application.
So now, this video was very informative, but I know more than learning from the video, it's always good to learn from the person themselves. I'll invite Aman and Kyron on the screen to have help us understand and also, have us an understanding and insights into what this application and selection process is about. So Aman, we learned that you are from Kochi, Kerala, and you are currently a second-year student pursuing computer science and engineering in the Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi. So please, can you help the students who have joined us today understand students studying which subject will be eligible to apply this year?
Yeah, so first year students of any stream of their choice from any recognized institute of the country are eligible to apply for the scholarship.
Thanks, Aman. Also, please, can you help us understand what is the eligibility criteria to the scholarships this year?
So this year, the students need to primarily fill a registration form on the website in order to verify that they are eligible, after which they would be invited to apply through the application portal. The students also need to be a resident of India and should have passed their 12th standard examination with at least 60% marks and should be currently enrolled in a first year full-time undergraduate degree of any stream. The students should also be having an household income of less than rupees 15 lakhs, with a preference being given to less than 2.5 lakhs.
Thank you, Aman. That's really helpful. Now the students know at least what's the eligibility criteria and which subjects are eligible to apply. So now we also know that we read on the website that this year, in order to submit your applications, you have to give an aptitude test. So before we do a deep dive into that, let's just watch a quick video on general tips to the aptitude test.
Hello, I hope the application process has been going well so far. I'll discuss the next stage of your application process, the aptitude test, to make the rest of your experience seamless. So, let's get started. After submitting the application form, you will be assigned a date and time slot for the test by the system. The aptitude test is designed to test your mental skills, including verbal ability, analytical and logical ability, and numerical ability. The verbal ability test checks your understanding and depth of knowledge of the English language. The analytical and logical ability test examines how you analyze a problem, identify the root cause, and provide solutions. The numerical ability test analyzes your reasoning skills to interpret, analyze, and solve mathematical problems. Now, here's a checklist for you before you take the test. Make sure you have a stable internet connection. Use broadband, LAN, Wi-Fi or cable fiber net. Avoid mobile hotspot or USB tethering. Use modern web browsers like Chrome, Edge, Firefox, etc. on your laptop or PC. Tests attempted via mobile phone will not be considered valid. Keep a government-issued ID-proof document ready in which your photograph and name are clearly visible. Finally, here are some do's and don'ts during the test. All students will be given an opportunity to attempt a practice test so that they can familiarize themselves with the test. If you have any questions, simply text hi on WhatsApp number or email us. Good luck with your application.
Well, that video was really, really insightful. But Kyron, please, can you tell us a bit more about the aptitude test?
Sure, Aishi. So once the students have submitted the application form, they will get to choose between 2 days for the test. Currently, it's 18th and 19th of February. Once you choose the date, you will automatically be assigned a time slot for the test. You will receive the date and time slot confirmation email, and this date and time slot will also reflect on your application dashboard. Please note that once you get assigned the date and time, this cannot be changed by us under any circumstances. So please choose the date carefully and wisely when you're doing so. You will, once that happens, you will receive a link to the for the test on email 1 week prior to the date of the aptitude test, along with a link to a practice test so that you can familiarize yourself with the system. You will also be able to access these links from the application dashboard. The aptitude test will be a multiple choice exam that's non-adaptive. It will be proctored both by AI as well as human proctors. And these scores will be just one of the components that will be used for evaluation of the candidate. Each student will get 60 minutes to complete 3 sections, that is 20 minutes per section. That will test the applicant's verbal abilities, analytical and logical abilities, and numerical abilities. For specially able students, they will get 30 minutes extra to complete the test. That is 10 minutes extra for each section. And all questions are going to be multiple choice.
Thanks, Karen. I'm sure students are taking notes because these points are quite valuable. And also, any personal advice from your end to the students for giving the aptitude test?
Sure. So students should definitely take the practice test in the given time period so that they get an idea of what are the questions that will be asked, what are the type of questions that will be asked, and also they can familiarize themselves with the system. They can check their internet connection during this time, whether the device is compatible. So all these checks can be done before the actual test. Again, please choose the date very wisely, and also keep in mind that the idea of the aptitude test is not to test the students' knowledge. So students shouldn't really worry while giving this test.
Thank you, Kyron. Yes, students should absolutely not worry about giving the test. And as you have mentioned, there are so many guidance to this that they can definitely refer to the website, the videos, the links, and they can basically familiarize themselves with the test. Coming back to you, Aman, we have talked about the eligibility criteria, eligible subjects. Please, can you throw some light on the scholarship values? Why are they important? What are those values? And how did you ensure those values while writing your application?
Yeah. So I think that the values of excellence, leadership potential, integrity, community commitment, growth mindset, and courage are the necessary values that the Reliance Foundation is looking for in these scholars. So these values should be incorporated within your application and should be try you should try to make sure that these values are there in your application, because these values are aligned towards working for a broader vision of building a stronger and more inclusive India. So what I did during my time was I mentioned some leadership roles and some community work that I did during my school days, which allowed my application to stand out and showed a bit of my leadership potential or my community commitment. And this would help any scholar to make sure that they are having an edge over the other applicants.
Thanks, Aman. I'm sure we are looking for these qualities and values in all the scholars and students who would be applying. So thank you for that. Aman, please can you tell us a bit more about the application and selection process in detail?
Yeah. So, like before, you firstly need to fill out the registration form on the website, which is available, and then the eligible students would then be invited to apply through the application for platform.
Thanks, Aman. And any basic tips to get the applications ready in time, and what does the application actually consist of?
So basically the application form consists of the major following sections like personal and contact information, your academic or professional information, the awards and achievements that you had during your school time, and the supporting documents for all these. So, as part of the tips, I would say that you should set aside some time each day so that you can work on your applications, because you do not want to make it till the last, because the application might seem a bit overwhelming if you keep it till the last. You should also set a deadline for yourself so that you can complete it before the final deadline of 14th February. And you should also make a checklist of all the application components so that you can plan accordingly and complete everything before the time.
Thanks, Aman. That's super helpful. Yes, no, I think students should absolutely not keep themselves, hooked up to the last date to apply, but then they should gradually strategize and structure their process of applying. Thank you so much. So now coming to you, Kyren, please can you tell us what are the supporting documents that students need to prepare and any tips on those?
Sure. So within supporting documents, what students will need is the address proof and also the passport size photograph. They'll have to upload their academic mark sheets or the transcripts, bona fide certificate or student ID of the current institution of enrollment. Basically, this will serve as an admit proof. What this needs to encompass is basically your name, the institute's name, the year of study, and the program that you are pursuing. In case you don't have one document that covers all these 4 points, then you can even merge two documents together and submit that. And of course, you'll also need to provide a family income proof. A few tips that I would like to give the student is review the FAQs and the guidance to the applicants, which is available on our website. Make a checklist of all the documents that is required. Start collecting and uploading the documents right away. Please don't wait for the last minute. And the students also have a chance to review each document after they upload it to make sure that what they have uploaded is actually the correct document.
Thanks, Kyren. Absolutely. Students should definitely review the documents to ensure that they have actually uploaded a right one. So, Karen, we also learned that it is really mandatory for the students to get hold of the official documents. So, what is your advice to the students who are actually encountering some sort of delays in getting hold of those required documents?
Right. So provide whatever documents that you can at the moment. Provide whatever proof you can. For example, in case you're not able to get hold of official transcripts of your standard 12, then please upload your mark sheets, which have all the semester marks. If in case you can't get hold of income proof certificate, in that case, use the self-declaration feature that is available on the application form and keep these documents ready. What we will do is, in case you are shortlisted to get the scholarship, then we will reach out to you and you can update us with those documents. As a reminder, we do have all this guidance to applicants on our website. So please refer to that. In case any of the students are having trouble understanding certain things, we're here for you guys. Please reach out to us via email or helpline, or use the chat bot, and we'll be more than happy to help you out in this.
Thank you so much, Karen. That was really, really helpful. So, with that, we have understood that what is the application process basically in detail, and we'll just take a very quick glance on the selection process as well. So, Karen, please can you tell us what happens once the scholars submit their applications?
Sure. So once the application process is done, once you submit the application form, students will need to give the aptitude test on the day and time that they have selected. Once that happens, there's no further action required from the students. We will contact all the students that we select, which will be on a merit-cum-means basis by the end of March or early April.
Thanks, Karen. So, Aman, thank you so much, for giving your personal advice to the students that how should they actually be able to structure the application process in order to apply by time. But just a question to you that how, according to you, Reliance Foundation scholarships has sort of helped you shape your career and also now currently is helping you for your overall personal development?
Yeah. So basically, besides the monetary benefit that Reliance Foundation provides, they also provide you with skill development programs which help you to take your skills to another level. It also gives you a platform for a strong alumni network to connect, learn, and bond with other like-minded people in your age group. It's also a confidence boost for the students who are planning to pursue new endeavors in their life. It's also being part of a legacy, and it's like a once in a lifetime opportunity. So basically, the Reliance Foundation is such a great opportunity for everybody who's applying, and selected scholars will also get a lot of benefit from it.
Thank you so much, Aman. You actually said it right. It's being like a part of the legacy and beyond the financial, also the overall holistic development, a strong alumni network. Thank you so much for throwing light on these points. Now, I shall invite the speakers for today's evening. I'm sure the students have been very patiently waiting to hear from them. So, yes, let's start with you, Neha. So Neha, as we have already introduced you, that you are someone who is, a woman in finance and has a very good exponential career of 18 plus years. So my question to you is, what, according to you, is actually being done by organizations and communities in today's time to have more girls and women in the workforce, and how are we really trying to overcome the barriers which we generally say women face?
Um, I think the first thing that has happened over the years, Ayushi, is that now women are given equal opportunities at the workplace. More and more companies are coming with women-friendly policies. There's a conducive environment for women to kind of pursue their careers and balance their work life also, because that has been a problem since the start. Uh, but I think the careers come afterwards. First, it is the education. I think both government and the sector, there's a push toward more and more in pursuing higher education. And program like us is a example that I can set. It's equal opportunities for girls and boys. I would exclude self. Don't exclude that I'm it because I don't have like a good course, or I'm from a city, a girl. I mean, some even that is the reason they don't apply. So they don't exclude self. Go there, apply, equal chance for everyone to get the scholarship. And I think the scholarship is decent enough to help you in, completing your higher education. And that's the first step in making a good career, right? So yeah, I would just say that it's in your hands. You just need to apply and grab the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Neha. That's really helpful. Yes, absolutely. Not only girls, but I think no one basically should self-eliminate themselves, and they should absolutely apply because education is the first step. And maybe like you rightly said, that changing the language. Maybe we don't need to say women in finance, but yeah, change the terminology to everybody in finance, and then of course equal opportunities for all. Thank you so much for that. I'll also invite now one of the speakers who have just joined us today. We have with us Siddharth Shankar. He leads the sports for development efforts for Reliance Foundation, and he's extremely passionate about sports, playing, and watching all kinds of sports. It's a pleasure to have you with us, Siddharth, today.
Hi, thanks for having me. It's great to be here. Very exciting.
So Siddharth, I would really like to know from you that students have joined us today from across the country, and I'm sure some of them, just like you, are really diehard fan of sports, and they must be thinking of having a career in sports, or at least are passionate about playing one. So, what do you think, is the future and potential of sports management as a profession, and also global trends in the sports industry as a career?
Sure. I think before getting into specifics about the sports industry, I think it's what I'd like to say is if you're passionate about something, the Indian economy and the current situation is so such that you can make a career in any field. Uh, and there are a lot of opportunities, so whether it's music, whether it's arts, whatever you're passionate about, you should follow your dreams. You can make a career out of it. The old paradigm of an engineer or a doctor no longer exists. I am a typical Tam Bram who went through the entire rigmarole of becoming an engineer, giving cat, going for my B school, and then finally I decided that I want to pursue my dream career in sports, and it's going pretty well. So I would urge you all to not let go of your passions, and your passion can become your career. That's firstly what I wanted to say. Now, specifically about sports, there is a lot more conversation about sports in India, um, especially in the last few years, driven by multiple factors. I think one of the biggest factors is that the government of India is supporting sport and driving a lot of visibility. We all see the Prime Minister engaging directly with the athletes, something that never happened before. And because of that exposure that the athletes are getting, a lot of kids are getting inspired to take up sport. A lot of parents are realizing that sports can be a viable career, and that's driving the growth of the industry. But at the same time, there's a lot of new businesses that have come in sports, like fantasy gaming, content, which have increased job opportunities exponentially and will continue to increase opportunities in the future. So that's, I mean, it's a very exciting time compared to the global market, compared to how the US market is, for example. India is still very small, so the growth opportunities are immense considering the kind of viewership base and population that we have. So it's an exciting time to be here. And about the global industry, I think a lot of the growth in global industry is now being driven by technology. It's making sports and athletes more accessible to fans. It's providing fans with a lot of with multiple ways of engaging with sport, and because of that there are a lot of increased revenue opportunities for sports businesses. You could only generate revenues using ticketing and sponsorship before. Now you can do a lot more. You can generate NFTs, you can generate virtual tickets. So there's a lot more that's happening, which is just the sports industry is exploding, like other industries, because of technology. So let alone the next 3 to 5 years, even we don't even know what the next 1 year is going to look like. So it's quite exciting, and it's certainly worth exploring.
Thank you so much, Siddharth. I'm sure the times are really dynamic, and if you're really passionate about something, then there are so many opportunities. Like the scholarships program is in itself is an opportunity for these students. So I'm sure a lot of undergrad students who have joined us today from across the country they have just started with their careers, and we have with us students who are from different plethora of backgrounds like law, finance, architecture, sports. I'm sure they have a long road to go, and they would quite motivated, to be able to hear you. So thank you so much for that. Next we have with us Mr. Arjun, and my question to you, Arjun, is being an alum of India's one of the great B schools, what did you learn in your grad or post grad that has helped you in your career?
Hi, Ayushi. Thanks for the question. Um, so I think the three things I'll mention. Two of them is essentially one is the academic part of it. So when we are in college or post grad as well, uh, the hard skills. We emphasize a lot of soft skills these days, but hard skills, things like documentation and data analysis, Excel skills, PowerPoint skills, these are required in every sphere these days, whatever we do, whichever career we go into, it seems. So I think there's an emphasis that I would place on doing as many presentations and whatever opportunities you get in whichever field you are during your college days. Don't shy away from those opportunities. That's one. The second thing is, don't shy away from hard work and rigor, because there's an element of hard work that is required. So if you can do things which are two times faster, also put in two times more the hours, you'll get four times output compared to your peers. And that's where you can go ahead in your career and also in your college education. And I think the third thing I would say is there are lots of opportunities on campuses, uh, events and societies. I think I was a part of the dramatics society, both in college and post grad. And I think that is something that gave me a lot of confidence, not just in terms of event management and logistics, a lot of interaction with people. We don't do learn everything from books alone, right? So do all those things that college and postgrad opportunities provide you, that will help you later on, not just in your interviews, but also going ahead in your career with the confidence you gain from such events and opportunities.
Thanks, Arjun. I'm sure there is no shortcut for hard work at all. And I'm sure students are excited to hear more from our speakers today. Uh, so, Neha, what, according to you, is that one skill set one should start working on very early in their careers?
I think Arjun touched on a few skill sets, right? You just don't need a bookish knowledge. You should work on the soft skills, hard skills, both. I think that is always there. Passion is important, but passion needs to be supplemented with adequate, knowledge and skills as well. One thing that I would just push everyone is that keep upgrading your skills and don't become stagnant, right? So there is an education phase where you're in college and you're studying and all that happens, but even when you start working, you don't have to, like, stop learning process. There are so many courses out there, there are so many programs that you can do and increase your knowledge. And in this, like, digital world, everything has become so easy. It was not that easy in our times. We had to step out, take out time, travel in metros and buses, but now you can get it at a click of button. So I think use that and learn. um, the other thing is that learn from other people. I think I have learned so much from my peers, from my colleagues, from my seniors throughout. So my learning process actually has never stopped. So there are enough of opportunities. You just need to find a way to grab them. Like, I was just reading a question on the site scroll of one of the person saying that, oh, I don't have a laptop, so how would I give my aptitude test? It's an opportunity. Go and find an internet cafe, or just take a help from your friend whose house is nearby. It's you have to find a solution, and then I think that the opportunities will definitely come your way.
Thank you so much, Neha. Absolutely, that's really, really helpful. Upskilling is the one first step everyone should take and should always keep upskilling themselves throughout their careers. And also, yes, if there are any hurdles and any obstacles, I'm sure there are a lot of us around to help you out. So you need not hesitate and reach out to us. Thank you for raising that, Neha. Next question is to you, Arjun. What one advice you would give to your younger self?
Funnily enough, I would say that, find out more about scholarships that exist and apply, because I was very unaware of these things when I was, and I think uh, to just say in Hindi, "saste mein nikal gaye" types, because our fees was not as high at that time. Government colleges and institutions, we were able to get loans, etc. Now it's quite expensive. But even if I had not known, there were friends and peers who were applying. I did not do that, and I would definitely say take use of these opportunities, find out more about what's happening, and apply for scholarships. Do not stop yourself at all from these opportunities.
Thank you so much, Arjun. Really, really helpful. Next, coming to you, Siddharth, how should students make the most of their times at the universities and colleges? Because these are undergrad students and they have just started with their careers and also with their colleges.
Yeah, I think Neha and Arjun touched upon it a little bit. Uh, Go beyond what you're learning in the classes and projects. You're going to have your theory classes, you're going to have your practicals, you will have some learning there. But I think beyond it, one of the points that both of you touched on, and I think even Aman referred to, is about the friends and the network that you make, right? Those are the people who will stay with you for life. One of my biggest takeaways from my 2 years at B school is the kind of people I met. When once you graduate from school and you get to an elite level institution, everybody's either as good as you or better than you, so it's a sort of a reality check. So at that point in time, you need to learn as much as you can from the others around you. Don't let your ego come in between, and yeah, make the most, exchange ideas, thoughts, build relationships which will serve you well in the future. So network a lot, get out of your comfort zone. I think Arjun, you referred to it a little bit, getting into these groups. I was part of the marketing group at Code, and then I was also part of the cultural committee. It helps you experience a lot of new things. So get out of your comfort zone, put yourself in situations, projects, groups where you would not normally be. Put yourself in difficult situations, gain confidence out of it. That's very important. Second thing is be proactive. You need to understand what interests you, what kind of subjects are interesting, find out who are the leading thought leaders. Like Neha mentioned, it's very easy to reach people right now. We had to crave for people who are coming for our sessions and then hound them, whereas here you can just message someone on Twitter, LinkedIn, and a lot of them do respond. So reach out to thought leaders, reach out to companies you're interested in, write to them, try and get some projects from these companies. So you'll have to be proactive and build your own profile. Use LinkedIn, use alumni networks, the alumni network of the Reliance Foundation scholarship, the alumni network of the institute that you are a part of or you've been a part of before, your school network. Use these networks and really make the most of these 4 years beyond just the coursework that you do. I think that's very important. Finally, I think it's also important to have a little bit of fun. Uh, I know I'm contradicting myself a little bit, but find some space to have a little bit of fun. These 4 years of college are going to be the best 4 years of your life. Um, Try to find yourself. Don't get very overwhelmed. Uh, don't get too affected by the competitive environment around you. Realize that you are unique and you have your own skill sets, and that's why you've reached where you are. So become more confident as a person, build your skills, but at the same time, don't let it affect you too much and try to have a little bit of fun. So I think that's how I would want you to make the best of your 4 years.
Thank you so much, Arjun. I'm sure students who have joined us today are so lucky that they haven't just learned about the application and selection process in detail, but they got an opportunity to just, get these pearls of wisdoms from all of you at such an early stage as they start their careers. So thank you so much for your insights. To all these students, if you have any questions specifically for the experts who have joined us today, please type them in the comments box and we'll answer them at the end of the session. So to finish, I'll request all the speakers to give their one key advice to the applicants who have joined us today as they write their applications. So starting with you, Neha, first.
One key advice, I think I've already mentioned a couple of times, it's an opportunity, just grab it. Don't think whether you will get selected, you will not get selected, whether I'm qualified, not qualified. I mean, there are clear cut parameters. If you just tick the box on all of them, just apply. And the good thing about this scholarship is that it is not for a doctor, it's not for an engineer, it is for all. Whether you are pursuing arts, music, commerce, doctor, engineering, I mean, architecture, anything. Like, and you are in a qualified undergrad program, you can apply. So just go for it. I think that's my only advice right now. And then it will follow.
Thank you so much, Neha. That's really powerful. Yes, they should absolutely not self eliminate themselves and apply. Coming to you, Arjun.
I have two. One is be your authentic self. So when you're writing a statement of purpose or anything in the application, write what you truly are so that people know who you are, right? And stand out from the crowd. And the second thing is do not procrastinate. Apply before time, do not wait till the last date. uh, Gaadi chhoot jayegi. So please apply when you have finished and submit after you've checked the application forms.
Thanks, Arjun. I'm sure these students have a lot of quizzes, submissions, assignments, so you shouldn't keep this for the last date, but then absolutely prioritize and have a faithful commitment towards it. Coming to you, Siddharth.
Yeah, I think I was going to say the same thing that Arjun said. I think there are going to be a lot of applications, and we're going to choose 5,000. So you need to figure out what's unique about you and put that out. If you look like everybody else, then that obviously reduces chances of you getting a scholarship. Maybe I'll just add one thing, so I'm not piggybacking on what Arjun said, but essentially, I think do your research. Maybe you know other alumni who've got the scholarships, people like Aman. Reach out to them, understand how they got it, what did they do with their applications. It would be very, uh, I mean, in this age, you guys should reach out to as many people as possible and talk to them and find out what helped them succeed with the scholarship application. So yeah, that's my tip.
Thank you so much, Siddharth. I'm sure students are taking notes right now because these are really, really helpful. Coming to you, Aman, any personal tips and advice from your end to the students who have joined us today?
Yeah, so just like all the speakers before told, you need to start early and not wait till the last minute to complete the application. And also regarding the application, like I said before, I'd like to add my personal touch is that try to include any leadership roles or community work that you might have done, so that this might make your application stand out and would also be aligned towards the Reliance Foundation values, which gives you a better chance of being selected to this next stage. And also, the aptitude test is very important, even though it might be just one part of your component. It is a very important step of the application process. So do give the aptitude test, because you do not want to miss on that. And also, please don't self eliminate yourself. Do apply for the scholarship. Don't have any You should have a lot of self confidence. It's important if you're going to be a scholar anyway. So do apply for the scholarship. That's all from my side. All the best to all the applicants.
Thank you so much, Aman. That's really helpful because I believe, yes, if Aman can, then everyone else who have joined us today can also do it. So please do apply. Coming to you, Kairan, last few tips and advice to the students from your end.
So thank you, Ayushi. Like the others have said, and I think I can't stress this enough. Start early. Please, if you have started your application already, it's quite a simple application to fill up. Do finish it. Do complete it. Make sure your documents are okay. Do give the aptitude test, or rather the practice test. That's very important. That's the selfish part about the scholarship. But my other advice to the students would be keep learning. There's so much of new stuff that keeps coming up. So keep an open mind, and most importantly, follow whatever excites you.
Thank you so much, Kairan. Very, very helpful. And once again, thank you to all the speakers for your valuable time and giving such pearls of wisdom to all the students. Thank you once again.
Thanks, Ayushi. Thanks.
Thank
My
you. Thank you.
pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Now, during the session, we have been collecting questions that have been coming from the students, and we right now are going to tackle some of those questions. Um I think, considering the paucity of time, I'm going to take few questions, and I'll request Kairan if you can please answer a few of those. So, one student asked, "Can I change the date or the time of my aptitude test?"
No, you won't be able to change the date or time of your aptitude test. Hence, please, when you are selecting the date, please choose it wisely. Please take into consideration whatever other tests you might have coming up or whatever other family obligations that you might have on that day. Please keep that in mind and select the date. We will not be able to change the test under any circumstances.
Thanks, Kairin. Next question we have from Himanshi, and she's asking, what is required of being selected as a Reliance Foundation undergraduate scholar to maintain an year-on-year eligibility? I think that's a very good question, and yeah, that's for the benefit of all the students who have joined us today.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question, Himanshu. There will be certain terms and conditions that all scholars will have to sign. But there are two basic expectations that we require from the scholars. One is maintain a good academic standing, pass year on year to avail the scholarship in the following years, and maintain an enrollment in an undergraduate degree program.
Thanks, Kairin. It's really important. If you are selected as one of the undergrad scholar, then these are the few basic, criteria you need to follow. Very important. Next question we have from one student. Yeah, and he's asking, how will scholarship funds be given to the UG students doing a 5-year dual degree program?
Right. So the scholarship amount is rupees 2 lakhs over the duration of your degree program. So if it's a 5-year program, then you will receive 40,000 rupees every year over a period of 5 years, which will be 2 lakh rupees.
Thanks, Kairin, and thank you to the student for asking this question. So, Kairin, I think there are quite a lot of questions on aptitude test, and I'll just club all those and we'll ask one general question. So, some students say that I don't have a laptop. How do I give the aptitude test? And I'm sure Neha did answer that. But some students also say that I live in a hostel with few other students, and it's difficult for me to attempt the test with fellow students around. So, what is your general advice to all the students who think that giving an aptitude test can be an hindrance?
Right. So the aptitude test, like we said earlier, is not here to test your knowledge. What I would encourage all of you all to do is go through the guidance documents that we have, go through the FAQs that we put up on the website. Please take the aptitude practice test as well so that you're familiar with everything. Those are the tips that I can give you for the aptitude test. And even when you're doing that, when you're taking the test, in case you have a power failure or something like that, do not worry. The test will save automatically. However, you will still need to complete the test within the time that has been allotted to you.
Thank you, Karen. Really, really important. And, as all our speakers said today, if you really want to do something, you find out ways to do it, right? And this is an opportunity. And I'm sure there are so many of us and also people around you who are ready to help you. So you just need to take that one extra step, that one extra move, and come out of your comfort zone and, try to find solutions. And thank you so much, Karen, for answering that last question for us today. So to all the students, thank you so much for joining. And if you have any more questions which you think weren't able covered and we weren't able to answer in this session, please visit our website. And you can also read the frequently asked questions, guidance to applicants. You can text on the chat board or email us directly or use the helpline number. There are so many options available. But please do not forget that the applications close by 14th of February 2023. And we have one more webinar, both for the undergraduate and the postgraduate scholars on 24th of January, which is on skilling for the 21st century. That's also going to be super exciting because we'll have experts in the field who will join us to throw some light on the subject matter. And if you haven't registered yet, please make sure you do visit the website for more information. And I wish you all the best for your applications. Thank you so much for joining us today. Bye-bye. Have a good evening.